Small water that meanders and twists about is addicting, a joy to fish. It can be a meandering spring creek, a small freestone stream, or a braid or branch off a larger river that cuts its way through forests or grasslands. These waters offer a different challenge with plenty of fish holding structure. Days are spent working in tight or around structure as we fish our way upstream. But at some point of the season, we'll run into low, clear water conditions. This can happen early spring after the winter's snow melts, but before early summer rains, or again as drought sets in midsummer through late fall. Trout can become spooky in these conditions. Sometimes these fish have been worked over by angling pressure. Other times the water is simply so low and clear that as you come casting and prospecting upstream and are standing at the tail out of the pool, the fish have already spotted you. Every fish all the way around the short bend is put off. It's either that the angles of the approach have the fish upstream looking right at you, or the fish from the tail out have spooked upstream and made the others nervous as they dart upstream to get away from you. These are tough days. You either see the trout spooking off or you don't see any fish at all. There's a quick and easy solution that will help you cover actively feeding fish before they see you. It's the cast across. You can apply this to casting while in the water and casting across intern land or weed beds, or from out of the water casting across grass, through sticks, or over logs. The first consideration to the cast across is to increase your leader length to 12 feet or more to minimize the amount of fly line that is actually going to land on the water. We're relying on the longer leader to gently land in a straight line, reducing our impact as much as possible. You have to be able to shoot line effectively with good line speed to get a straight line. Learn to roll, load, set your trajectory, do one false cast and shoot your line to your target. The casts are firm, straight, and accurate. Your cast should land so that there's only a few feet of fly line on the water. The remainder of the fly line is on shore or on top of what we're casting across in a straight line. The biggest thing to remember is that the fly line itself has to just reach the water. It's a fine balance though. You can't leave the line short because no matter what kind of fly line to leader connection you use, it will hang up on the grasses or branches. Drifts are relatively short with no mending. To do so will hook your line in what we're trying to cast across, and the act of mending will likely spook these trout. We're relying on the lateral line of a terrestrial or dropper nymph flop getting the trout's attention. Remember, the water is low, so they'll be acute in that environment. Accurate casts are spaced about 6 to 9 feet apart. The fly's landing impact will be picked up by trout from considerable distance. You get one cast per spot. The trout is either going to eat or it's most likely spooked. If you don't catch a fish on that cast, the lift off the water has a little reach to lift to 1 o'clock to avoid snagging along shore. Punch forward to set the next cast trajectory, then one false cast and lay it to the next target 6 to 9 feet upstream to the next most likely trout water. Done effectively, this is a relatively fast way to work the water. The casts are decisive, so too the result.